Three, two, one. Hey, everybody, this is Victor. I'm here with Steven. We're going to be talking about his real estate journey, how he went from wholesaling to doing two flips. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Victor. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, I'm excited to talk. We did another case study about a year ago.
That's right.
You sold your house and you're like setting the foundation for you to go get into some really focus on the wholesaling, and you've done that. You've done these two flips, which is awesome. And
That's right.
I don't know if you know this, you're actually my first paid student. My first
really?
actually paid.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So I've known you, I think I've known you like 2-3 years. You've been in the program, I think 2 years.
Yeah. No, it's been awesome. I'm very glad I was the first one. So
yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So let's just get into it. So we spoke with you about a year ago. So you ended up selling the house. Can you kind of catch us up to speed?
A year ago, yeah. So we ended up selling it, and that really kind of helped build our capital. Then we put a chunk of that into 2 acres here in our market. It had a fixer-upper house on it, and kind of sat on it for a year, just continuing to kind of wholesale and stuff. And we sold it recently, a few days ago. We paid 25 for it, sold it, made 35 off of it, and
awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I think it sold within like 2 weeks or something like that.
That's huge.
So yeah, it sold, and yeah, then the other, we had another property. So we're just kind of building capital. I don't know if you remember, I was like, yeah, I really want to build some capital to, be comfortable with the flipping and stuff. So, I have that capital, but I'm using hard money lending and stuff. But yeah, then we sold a 2-bedroom, 3-bath to like an iBuyer. So that we profited pretty well on that one as well.
Yeah. So let's talk about the first one, just so we don't get ahead of ourselves.
Sure.
You bought it for 25. You didn't put much into it. You kind of just sat on it for a while.
That's right. We didn't put anything into it.
We didn't put anything into it. They sold for 50, 57.
57.
Okay. So you guys made 35K. Yeah, which is
it was 57, and then I think we ended up paying like a flat rate listing broker. It was like $1,000 or something like that. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, so it wasn't bad. So but yeah, the house we had, I think we put like $300 for like a dumpster, started clearing it out, the house, and then just kind of paused there and sat on it for a while, and we just ended up selling it. Yeah, so it was pretty nice.
Which is fine. So you guys profit, which is great. And I'd love to hear your take on it, but I would liken that because you guys just got such a great deal.
So that deal was off market. 3 sisters owned it. When we first came across the property, it was like 2 acres. It looked like a jungle, and it was a slew of problems. So like IRS liens and family rivalry type of thing. So I was able to be the neutral party, and can't negotiate IRS liens very much, but they were willing to, they knew the proceeds would go to to the IRS. So they're willing to sell, and it was a pretty smooth transaction. A little bit of having some credibility really helped with one of the sisters, and but yeah, it was a slam dunk deal. So it was awesome. It was really great.
Cool. Okay, so you got that one done. You got the second one. Can you tell me a little bit about the second one?
Sure. That second one, 3-bed, 1-bath at 130K square foot. I think it was 1,200 square feet. Bought it. It needed drywall work. It was going to be a lipstick flip, but I kind of experimented with this iBuyer, and I would have gotten around like 165 had I put it on our market, but after selling to the iBuyer, we made a lot more. They offered us 209,000, and then after they came back and reduced, like they have a fee they charge they charged their fee, and then they subtracted repairs, which was like 4,000 according to them.
Yeah.
But you know, I put it more at like maybe 10,000 in repairs. But yeah, so they paid 192 for it.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
130, right? And then sold for 192 and put very
correct,
much work into it.
correct.
Good for you.
Yeah,
That's awesome. You can't be
yeah.
mad about that.
The only work I did to it was like walk around and stare at the things I needed to fix. But ended up not. We didn't touch it at all. They don't want you to do any repairs, so
Really?
yeah. So that was pretty nice. So I'm gonna see if I can do that back to back. Now they're not offering the same. They're not like they over offer, yes, but they don't do it with all of them. So
Oh, I see. Interesting.
yeah. So I don't know why, but and also you can counter, right? So they'll make you an offer, and I didn't counter because I thought 192 was good, but for the first one, I think I learned, and for the second one, I'm gonna counter and see if I can get a second offer to just kind of up their initial offer.
Yeah. Yeah, what I like about that story is specifically because so when you're wholesaling, you have a lot of experience wholesaling. Like your best buyer is basically like a landlord buyer or a flipper, right? Obviously, when they run their numbers, like they want to make a profit too. So they're not gonna be their tip top price. So that's when you're wholesaling. So you wholesale it and you'll make good money, don't get me wrong. But when you're like actually owning the property and flipping it, you're going to get like an even better price because your buyer is even better. Like a retail buyer who's going to live there, they're happy to overpay because they're going to be living there for a while. And then just like you mentioned, like an iBuyer, I don't know what their economics are. That's that's a different story, but they're also willing to pay for stuff, which is nice to be in. So when you're fixing and flipping, you're getting
they trust. No, yeah, it's true, and I've seen that. I've kind of got a little bit of a fever, wanting to do that more, So, but yeah, they use some sort of algorithm. I don't know what kind of algorithm they use, like with data science, but they trust it, I guess, and they pay it. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So I guess you made like 85K, 90K net profit off these two. So 35.
Let me honestly, I think. Let me see.
Like almost 6 figures.
Actually, I'm gonna set up a meeting with a CPA because I don't want to. But yeah, it's let me do the math.
35 plus 55, right? So that'd be 90.
Sorry, I'm horrible at math, Victor.
You're good.
Yeah, so about 60. So it says 62, but after everything, it was about 60.
So 60 plus 35.
Yeah, 60 plus 35.
That's 95. That's almost 6 figures. Crazy, yeah. Plus your wholesaling stuff. So damn, good for you.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, yeah, that's about right. So it's about those amounts, yeah.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about like flipping? Like what do you foresee you doing in the future? Like with flipping or like real estate? Like what are your thoughts having gone through these 2 successful flips?
Yeah, so I was telling my wife it'll be like almost like a filter, like can I wholesale? Right? Can I wholesale it? Depending on the margins, okay, I'll keep it or I'll wholesale it. But I really want to take down more flips, if that makes sense.
That does make sense, yeah.
So when it comes to the flips, it's will an iBuyer buy it? Just when will an iBuyer buy it? And then if not, plan B would be just doing the flip for the market, right? So acquiring it off market so I can, make money when I'm buying it. So there's enough of a cushion in there. Having the iBuyer as option A, then option B will be the, flipping it. And then C would be keeping it because we're looking to, have some rentals, do the BRR as well.
Yeah.
But I want to take it one step at a time and kind of, build more capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Just like you said, like you have a lot more tools in the tool belt. Like the typical wholesale, like they make 5 to 10K per assignment fee. And that's great. Not money, don't get me wrong. But now flip it and make 30K or 50K in your case, or you can turn it into a rental and now you have forever cash flow. Like you have more tools in the tool belt, so you're just going to be more successful as a real estate investor, which is
correct. Yeah. No, and that's been it's kind of cool because transitioning from like strict wholesaling to now taking down properties. It's almost like I'm asking the questions that the people I would sell deals to. I'm asking the same questions
Right.
So I'm like, it's kind of funny seeing this side, but yeah, it's definitely, it's growth. You can't, it's wholesaling, flips, then ownership, in my opinion. And it's like that's where I'm at, is that flip ownership side. So I'm
Yes.
still using the wholesaling tools. Like I'm glad that's set up. And I'll still continue to wholesale. But the home runs, the sweet deals will, I have the capability to close on them. So it's gonna be awesome.
Powerful stuff. Yeah, you do a couple of home run deals per year, and I mean, you guys are in a really good place.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean that in mind, it's great to hear like your journey so far, and you're out here killing it.
Mhm.
That in mind, like, would you recommend others work with me as well?
Oh, absolutely. That's I know I got this group in my back pocket. Like
Mhm.
I'll be out and about and I'm like, oh, let me reach out to the group or let me reach out to Victor. So I absolutely would. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, I appreciate it. And then, would you recommend someone like watching out, like, oh, why should someone listening now like take action?
Oh, I mean, it's even if it's small action, they should take action. Because you're better off today doing, if you do something, if it's one act,
Mhm.
it's better than yesterday if you did none. So take action today because
Yeah.
things have changed so much. And had I been hyper focused like I am this year, 2 years ago, I'd be way better off. So
Mhm.
yeah, they should take action today and, you know, kind of live in that uncomfortableness, whether it's cold calling or door
Mhm.
knocking or, or making those offers. This, what is it? Well, I told you the deal fell out of contract, this other one, but they came back to me after no one, they had no bites, right? So I was their highest offer. So it's
Yeah.
like, and that happened, I think it was 2 or 3 people called me the same. It was follow up, follow up, follow up. And it was all because I made an uncomfortable offer that seemed low to me, but I was like, hey, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, take action, like take action and, get uncomfortable.
Exactly. No, I like it. It definitely separates you from others. Like if you're willing to get uncomfortable, like not a lot of
Mhm.
people are willing to do that. I'd say 90% plus of people aren't willing to do that. So with
Yeah.
you being willing to do that, like you get these big paydays, you get these big paychecks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you really do. And I'm kind of smirking because you know, you really do.
Yeah, which is huge. Awesome. Well, again, I appreciate you hopping on here, like sharing this next of your real estate journey. Awesome.
Mhm.
Press, couldn't be happier.
Thank
Um,
you.
and so you're doing awesome. Any like final thoughts, any final like words of wisdom as we wrap up here?
Um, Honestly, there's not going to be like there's no perfect there's no perfect uh roadmap to follow. It's
Mhm.
literally, I know it's you just got to take action, and
Yeah.
you're going to have your down days, you're going to have your up days, so it's like just keep going, moving forward, and um just make the calls,
Mhm.
and get uncomfortable, because you'll create a callus, and then the money that's in your account is very real, and
Yes.
you're not going to believe it, so
Mhm.
yeah, just take action, get uncomfortable.
I like it. Yeah. And then with you in your case, I guess you're just getting used to having, a lot of money in the bank account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've looked at my bank account and I'm like waiting for for it to go away, like, all right,
Uh,
someone made a
yeah.
mistake, so but
No, but it's real. Yeah. And you
but
can,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, it's very cool and very real, and it's almost
Mhm.
like your glass ceiling rises up in your
Yes.
head of like, so it's like, oh, years ago, oh wow, 10K, oh 30K, oh 40K, and
Mhm.
we made 18K recently on a duplex that we
Awesome.
assigned, and we are like, oh, okay, 18K, it,
Yeah.
it's nice, but it's not 30, it just kind
Mhm.
of, we're grateful, but it's like that ceiling goes up, and it's like,
Yeah.
when you were a kid, 18 bucks was a lot. When you're an adult, 1800 is a lot, but 18,000, 180, so it kind of, that ceiling goes up. So I'm very fortunate. I'm very glad, and just thankful, the progress we're doing and just kind of moving forward and just adding gas to it. we're doing
Yeah.
something right. So let's just do the same
Keep doing
thing
it.
on repeat.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, especially if you kind of future pace, if you keep up this momentum, like where are you going to be at in a year, 2 years, 3 years, like oof, you're going to be surprised yourself. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah.
48,000 was a lot of money, like 480,000, please. That's I'll get
Shoot.
it.
Man, yeah, I want to be where you're at, Victor.
We'll get you there one day.
Yeah,
You're doing
for
good.
sure.
You're in the program. That's how I started out too. Is like 2 flips my first year, then 8, and then 20, and then 30. You don't necessarily have to grow that quickly, and I don't recommend it for most people. But
Uh-huh.
that trajectory. I started wholesaling too, so like you're on the same path as me.
Mm.
You,
And I'll say,
what's really
and
cool. Just to finish this thought real quick, you can
sure.
choose your lifestyle. Like you can choose like, hey, I want to work on and make a ton of money, or hey, I want to take it a little bit slower and spend time with family. It's stuff like that. So you get that choice as part of
Okay.
it. But go ahead.
Nice. No, and I was just gonna add one more thing. Building private capital. Like I wish I would have started it way earlier.
Mm.
I'll add that. That's something that, you can grow faster using private capital. So but yeah, no, I'm glad I've kind of, because we were friends before,
Right, yeah.
before you started teaching, and then so it's been cool seeing you, and I'm like, in admiration. I'm like, wow, this
Yeah.
has been great. This has been great.
That's cool. Cool on both sides. I can reciprocate that. Like see your kind of
Nice.
position too. So cool. Well, we can wrap it up there. Again, appreciate you hopping on here, and yeah, until next time.
Nice. Awesome, Victor.